know, if there's one thing that's cooler than comics, it's gotta be comics based on video games. But if there's one thing even cooler than that, it's comics based on video games made by fans. Ever since the internet became widely accessible, fan-made content based on video games has been a pretty widespread thing. Nowadays we've got fan games and videos about games as far as the eye can see, but back when the average user only had access to much more primitive tools, fan-made content came more commonly in the shape of stories. In its most basic form, that would be fan fiction, yeah, but one step ahead of that, you had fan comics. Even I drew comics based on video games when I was younger. Back in elementary school, I used to draw a lot of comics based on Kirby, but this was with a pencil and paper. It's probably not what you would find online, no. Back in the early 2000s, people would take sprites of their favorite video game characters and make comics out of them in Microsoft Paint. I remember the Zelda 2 comic dating all the way back to 2002. It was pretty much Link and company talking and acting not at all in the way you'd expect them to, which is usually what you'd get from these comics, you know, taking characters you know and love and pretty much making a sitcom out of them. 8-Bit Theater is probably one of the more well-known Sprite comics. It followed the cast from the original Final Fantasy as they got into a bunch of shenanigans. It was full of dumb humor, references, and all sorts of silliness. But in 2012, there was a little-known Sprite comic huddling in its own musty corner of the internet. It wasn't super well-known, but it definitely had a strong cult following. It was innovative, hilarious, well-made. It towered miles above every other Sprite comic on the web. Megaman Sprite comic. It didn't even have its own website, it was just some Tumblr page that archived each entry. It followed Mega Man, his brother, Zero, and his girlfriend, Roll, as they stood around looking like idiots saying stupid bullshit to each other. It's just one of those things, you kind of have to like stare at it for a little bit before your brain can really like process what it's supposed to be looking at. The only webcomic on the internet that features real Mega Man sprites from actual Mega Man video games? Yeah, right, how could I forget the part of Mega Man 4 when Proto Man gets so unhealthy he needs a wheelchair? The expressions are just... every character is in this perpetual state of shock. Every single comic starts with Mega Man saying, "What? Yeah, my thoughts exactly." I really don't know how to describe this thing, but I guess the best way I could put it is like, I guess imagine a bunch of angry children in 2nd grade yelling at each other, except it's Mega Man. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. You've got completely bastardized versions of all your favorite Mega Man characters, like Zero, who's Mega Man's brother for some reason, and Uncle Proto Man, who's sickly and confined to a wheelchair. Rush? They don't even call him Rush. His name is Dogmobile, and I mean, like... I guess that's what he is, so like, you're not wrong. Barf? Excuse me, child, but can you help me across the street? What? Okay. Yeah, slam dunk. I really don't know what the author's fascination with basketball is. I mean, I guess if I had to point out one sport and say, yeah, that's probably the funniest sport, I guess I probably would pick basketball, so... I guess I'm on the same page here. I kind of want to say that Mega Man has a catchphrase, but it's like, it's either just saying, what? Or his catchphrase is calling people either a prick or an asshole. Hey, Mega Man, I'm the fastest thing around. What? Fastest thing at being an asshole? Hey, Mega Man, what? What are you doing? Making my new recipe for basketball pasta? Wanna try some? Rest in peace, Zero. He died choking on a basketball. Okay, one more. God damn it. What? This weather is too hot. My buns are frying. I blame the ozone layer. Where are you going, Uncle? I'm going to escape the oppression. How do I get back down? Hey, ground controlled a major asshole. You're gonna miss the chicken dinner? I love this. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe it's hard to tell because I try to have, like, a professional on-camera presence on my videos or whatever, but, like, this is precisely what my sense of humor is. Just stupid, dumb bullshit. Like, the sort of thing that would come out of my mouth on a daily basis would be along the lines of, like, suck my floppy Fortnite dick, asshole. But I would spell hole like hole. Because, I don't know, bad grammar like that is always the cherry on the cake for me. Like saying what with no punctuation or a question mark, it has such a more powerful aura to it, you know what I'm saying? If there's one thing about the internet I'm really thankful for, it's letting humor get really weird. Like, when everything had to be filtered by publishers, only safer stuff was gonna get get, you know, released, because otherwise they're gonna be like, this is too weird, no one's gonna like this, we can't make money off of this. But in the era of YouTube poops and Tim and Eric and what's popping, I feel like our comfort zones have expanded wider than ever before when it comes to comedy. I mean, a lot of you probably don't even know this, but I've always had a second channel for surreal comedy that I've done even longer than this one. It's called Garanicore, and it usually looks like this. Where you going?
Yeah, well...
Don't tell him.
Anyway, I got a little bit off topic there, but you're probably wondering, why am I talking about this, like, super garbage Sprite comic? And I mean super garbage in, like, the best way possible. It's because in 2014, an RPG game based on this game was made, and over the years, I've gotten so many requests to play it. And after finally seeing what this thing is, I kind of have to. Megaman Sprite Game. Oh, there's a readme. Congratulations, the Megaman Sprite Game has entered your computer. Now you can enter a new realm of entertainment. What? Megaman Sprite Game is an interactive computer video game. It is a game that is the first ever game to use real Mega Man Sprite graphics. Yeah, okay, I guess these ones were fake, right? You play this game using your eyes to see what happens, and sometimes use your hands to press the control switches. This is like the best manual I've ever read. Who is that? Is that the person that made the game? What is this MIDI? Oh my god. This aspect ratio is also really weird. It's like almost widescreen, but not quite. The game pretty much begins exactly as you'd expect a Mega Man Sprite comic to begin. Dr. Light says something, Mega Man goes, "What?" and a ghost comes to the door to deliver a package. Mega Man's patience wears thin in like 1 second, and we enter a fight with... Is that somebody's living room? What am I looking at? Alright, so we kill the ghost in like a single hit, and Mega Man decides to go find Zero so they can take on the ghostly apparitions that are... You know, I don't even think they really have a big motive to think there's a problem we gotta do something about right now, but whatever, let's go find them. People kept telling me this game was made in RPG Maker, but I can tell from the combat it definitely wasn't. Apparently it was made in OH-RPG CE, which I've never actually heard of, but it's been around for almost just as long, so I don't know how I've never seen it. The combat here is really simple. You've got one attack and a healing move, and the healing move doesn't use MP or anything, so you can use it infinitely, so there's really no challenge here, but this game is practically a YouTube poop. You're not playing it for the gameplay or the challenge, you're playing it for the stupidness. And the plot here is precisely that. Mega Man and Zero have to go find the legendary B-balls. You know, it's the typical find the big magic items hero's journey structure, except instead of like Dragon Balls, there's basketballs. Of course, you gotta stay true to the comic, right? I love how the little area that contains them is just like a dinky little basketball court. Wait a minute, that MIDI, that's from Star Tropics, dude, that's my favorite NES game. I mean, like, as if you couldn't tell from my entire frickin' channel being Star Tropics themed. You know, I swear I've heard this exact same MIDI before. No, hang on, hold up. VGmusic.com. Yes, dude! I used these exact same MIDIs in a cruddy Star Tropics fan game I made in middle school, like 12 years ago. I wish I still have the files for it. They're all long gone now. I never published them online. But yeah, each basketball will grant Mega Man or Zero a brand new ability. Mega Man's first one being that healing move, which of course is basketball pasta. Zero's first move is just chucking a basketball, but later he learns the slam dunk, which, like, I can't lie, is probably one of the dopest attacks you can do in an RPG. Well, I mean, if you really think about it, like, why would you swing a sword or shoot a fireball when instead you could just... I love how Mega Man only ever punches his enemies. You know, like the character that's so known for his Mega Buster that he's the only character in Smash Bros. Who has a projectile for his standard attack. No, he just punches. And the enemies you're gonna be punching are pretty freaking great. We've got some wonderfully creative enemy design like Mountain Man, Haunted Sand, Extreme Dinosaur, Dead Cat? I've got one of those. You can win pretty much every fight by just holding down the spacebar. There's really nothing to it. You only really need the healing moves for the boss fights, which are usually against a classic Mega Man Robot Master like Pharaoh Man or Bubble Man or... Man, these guys are not looking too good these days. Quick Man is your rival throughout the game. He'll show up every now and then to put a wrench in your plans. The interactions between him and Mega Man are really great. Again, it's pretty much what you'd expect from the comic. Quick Man, just shut up, you stupid prick. I'm not in the mood for you. The only thing you're good at is go away. Whatever. I can't hear you over how awesome this window seat is. And then you kick his ass, and then you get kicked off the plane for starting fights. Wait, I'm getting arrested. Why? What? Because I walked off the path. What? Oh, that's a game over. Wait, so like, what? Okay, yeah, it turns out there's a bad ending you can get here really early in the game. If you walk off the path just once leading up to this part, you get roadblocked with this bad ending. This is ridiculous as it is, but they even make sure that you're probably going to step off the path on your first go because they put a sign here at the beginning. So, of course, you're gonna walk off to go read it, and the worst part is, the sign just tells you not to walk on the grass. Now I gotta play like the whole first 15 minutes all over again. Alright, so I start the game over, this time sticking to the path. Shit. Okay, so I start over again, this time going slowly so I don't... Okay, so I start over again, and now I get all the way back, and this time Snake Man goes to jail for false accusations, and we get a pass that lets us walk off the path through legal channels. I can do it legally now. Okay, alright. This is gonna be one of the only items you ever get in this game. One of the only other ones I found was Dr. Light. Yeah, like Dr. Light in my inventory, so I can use him as a boat. Well, if it works, I guess. You damn kids need to learn some respect. You'll find Uncle Proton every now and then, and he'll let you save your game. Kind of like an inn, I guess. You actually play as him at one point when you go underwater. I guess it's kind of like Metal Mario, you know, because the heavier... Maybe that's kind of mean. You're a heavier character, so you sink. I don't know. What is he doing? Like, what is that? Once you get all of the magic bee balls, you can go wish for the ghost to... Wait, no, Megaman, he wishes to go to the moon, you're supposed to. Oh yeah, of course, and they spend 1 minute on the moon, and then they're like, oh yeah, well, the moon sucks, let's go home. When they get back to Earth, there's actually a pretty interesting time travel plot point. Megaman uses a phone that calls into the past to order a new dogmobile after he, like, breaks his old one, but since he's calling into the past, he realizes that was the delivery guy from the beginning that he killed for no reason, and that's why the ghosts are angry and they're taking over. Oh, dude, you get to name the new dogmobile. Okay, let's go with Asshole. Yep, yeah, you can't even tell this was a custom name. It fits right in. So now we're getting into spoilers. I mean, like, how do you spoil Megaman Sprite Game? There is another twist with comedic payoff that wouldn't be as funny if you knew about it going in. So if you want to enjoy this game to its fullest, I recommend you go in without knowing about it. But yeah, here's a timestamp. Skip if you want. Don't skip if you don't want. Yeah, here goes. So the game's been teasing that, of course, Dr. Wily is actually the one behind the scenes the entire game, but when you finally make it through his castle, it turns out that silhouette is... It's frickin' Splash Woman, who's Mega Man's mom for some reason? It turns out she wanted revenge on Dr. Light for naming him Mega Man. She thought it was a stupid name. She's like, you're not naming my son Mega Man, and he did it anyway, and now she wanted revenge. I don't know. She is too powerful, so to beat her, Mega Man and Zero fuse into Mega Man Zero. Once we win, we find the ultimate B-ball, and they wish for everything to go back to normal. Come on, and seriously? And that's it. Thank you for beating the oh my lord, that artwork is that sure is something. Jesus, that caught me off guard. Oh, you get this link to the secret congratulations page when you win. That's fun. Well then, that certainly was something. I mean, like, the writing is just stupid and juvenile as hell, and the plot is ridiculous, but, like, I don't know, I kind of love it. They also made Megaman Sprite Christmas, a shorter game where Mega Man has to get Christmas gifts for his family, so he goes to the North Pole to find the dopest gifts he can. Why does that look like the Nerve logo? Oh my god, this is straight up an Evangelion parody. Mega Man even triggers the third impact and ends the world. Oh my god. If you're into really absurd and stupid humor, then I definitely recommend checking out this game in the comic. And the developer even made some other stuff too. Currently, she's working on an original game called Amazing Treasure Valley, also made in OHR RPG CE. You can find that over on her itch page, and who knows, you might even see some familiar faces. I'll have links down below if you want to check it out. That's what I was doing down here earlier. I was putting the links down there. But yeah, if you're like me and you found your sense of humor in a garbage can, you'll probably love it. You know, it's just one of those things you look at and all you can think is, what? You know, that's probably the best way I can summarize this game is with Mega Man's oh so iconic catchphrase. What? Did Did you also know that Mega Man was in Mario? For more facts, check out the Did You Know Gaming video on Mega Man in Mario. And if you like the sound of my voice, check out my video where I talk about Mega Man and Mario. Thanks for watching.